You're catching the drift. Conservative talk, intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings. Join in the conversation. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
Hey, and welcome to another edition of The Drift, now on podcast, coming from our studio in Hamburg, Michigan. And good to have you along for another ride. Thank you for tuning in to catch my drift here on Drift Radio. Welcome to the show. And what we do on the Drift is go over the news that we put on thedailydrift.com. And if you're not going there, you should. www.thedailydrift.com. It's the news you need to know. So make sure you're checking it out. I spend a little time every day putting up the news that you don't get from the mainstream media. And perusing the internet from across the world and around the nation here, and put it on there so you can check it out. And so here we are. And it's been a wild ride. I didn't do a podcast last week. I kind of got busy and laid up and couldn't do it. So I've been ready to vent and ready to get into this. So I'm glad to be back and on the air. And we're still working, I'm still trying to get this studio. It looks like a studio in here, but you know what? It's not quite there yet. I keep playing with my equipment, and it's pretty complicated. And I've been working with my buddy Ash Hampton. He's got his own show, and I think I'm doing things the hard way, if you know what I mean. But we're going to try and figure it out. So if you're not doing that, check out Ash Hampton. You can catch him on Facebook and check out his show, because he's doing a heck of a he's just naturally talented anyway. He's got a better voice than I do. I need to smoke a lot of cigarettes and do a lot of drinking to get my voice down where his is. So, but good to be back, and we're going to talk about quite a few things, and we'll start out with of course, the impeachment trial. And if you've been following it live, I try to follow it while I'm at work, catching snippets here and there on the radio, and try and listen when I can if I'm not in a meeting or something. But are you as aggravated as I am? Holy cow, am I aggravated. I mean, it's a wonder that I can sleep at night. My constitution must now be immune to this garbage that I have to listen to daily. You want to talk about shoveling some shit. Damn, that Adam Schiff sure does know how to shovel it, man, doesn't he? He's appropriately named Schiff. What a Schiff show that is. Oh, my God. Just the man gets away with lies, and nobody does anything about it. I'm aggravated watching Supreme Court Justice Roberts allow this flat-out lying and the insulting manner of these Democrats. Listen, America, all I can say is this. In November 3rd, you have a chance to put an end to this complete and utter nonsense that we're seeing on a daily basis from these people that call themselves Democrats. And let me tell you something. It's not just those Democrats in the House of Representatives. It's not the Democrats in the Senate. It's the Democrats at your state level, at your county level, at your township level, at your city level, at your school board level. These people are literally trying to destroy the America that you and I grew up with. They're trying to destroy America and change it so that our children and our grandchildren will not know what is coming up. I listened to my kid come home and talk to me about U.S. history class and other things, and I am disappointed, to say the very least. I moved him from one school recently, and I'm just going to call it out, Plymouth Canton Schools here in Michigan. Plymouth Canton Schools, full of liberal teachers, indoctrinated in their colleges and universities, wherever they came from, and they're spreading this socialist, social justice warrior garbage to our children. And that kind of crap needs to end. I'm on fire tonight. I'm angry, and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to let loose a little bit tonight, because this is an outrage. And watching the culmination of this impeachment sham, this shampeachment that Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Jerry Nadler are trying to shove down our throats on a daily. It's disgusting. These people need to be arrested, investigated, tried, and convicted for sedition and treason. For 4 years now, they've been beating up on Donald Trump. And for 3 years while he's been president, they've been committing treason. This is a coup, no ifs, ands, or buts. You know it, and I know it. And I know you know it because you wouldn't be listening to me if you didn't. Anyways, what we need to do over the next 9 months is prepare ourselves and talk to as many people as we can about the saving of the republic, right? I know it sounds cliche, but it's what each and every one of us has to do, because you have seen what these Democrats and the Democratic-controlled media, or does the media control the Democrats? I don't know. You can put your conspiracy hat on. I like me a good conspiracy, don't get me wrong. But they are one and the same. The Democrats, the mainstream media, they are one and the same. Even Fox News at this point is really aggravated. I listen to the talk radio in the car all the time. And when Fox News comes on at the bottom and the top of the hour, you know what? During this impeachment stuff, I always got the clips from Adam Schiff, from Jerry Nadler. I never got the clips of the defense team. Never. And it just drives me absolutely insane. For the first 2 days of the impeachment trial, when the House managers, the prosecution, made their case, it was nonstop. You had nonstop coverage on Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS. It was nonstop. They showed everything. You got the full, and then at the bottom and top of the hour, it didn't matter if you were on Fox News, ABC News, whatever, on the radio, you were getting Adam Schiff, talking points. Jerry Nadler, talking points. Chuck Schumer, talking points. Every time they went out and spoke, the mainstream media is right there, fawning over them, listening to them, forcing it into our ears. But did you notice? And it aggravated me that the defense started on Saturday. Dead time, as far as radio or TV or anything else concerned. But even on Monday, after it picked up again, bottom and top of the hour, do you think you'd hear the snippets of Jay Sekulow or Philbin or the defense team at all for the president? No, I still got the talking points of Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, Adam Schiff. It's enough to drive me crazy. You want it. That alone should tell people. And listening today on the news, and I saw it again, 100% of the mainstream media coverage of Donald Trump's defense team in the Senate impeachment was 100% negative. 100% negative. And the defense team over the last week and a half, 95% positive. How do you fight that as a country? How do you fight that as a population? Well, you need to open your ears and open your eyes and pay attention to the garbage they're spewing. And I think a lot of us are. I mean, that's why Donald Trump's polling numbers are looking good. Hey, you know what? Even I, a couple years ago, after Barack Obama got a second term in office, I thought, oh my God, we've dumbed ourselves down so much the American people don't know. I don't believe that anymore, because I'm listening to people. At the gas station, at the store, at work, I'm hearing people. And sure, you've got even the people that don't like Trump, when you start talking to them and you try to be reasonable, which is tough for a guy like me, because you know what? I'm excitable. I'm an excitable guy. I get emotional. I'm passionate about America and about my freedoms and about the Constitution. These are all things that I'm very passionate about. But I try to listen. And I don't know how I come across on the radio. When I was on terrestrial radio, I think I was probably a little less inclined to be as vocal as I am now. But I'm hearing people on the streets, and even the ones that hate Donald Trump. Oh, he's not presidential enough. He needs to stop with the treats. He's obnoxious. He's rude. And I've had some of them say, oh, he's doing things illegal. When you question them on it, these people can't really say anything. They're just mouthing the talking points that they're getting from MSNBC, ABC, whatever, Hardball, Chris Matthews, and the rest of the stuff. But they always have to admit, yes, my 401k is much better. Yes, the economy is doing pretty good. I'll give them that. Yes, our military is stronger. I'll give them. If you point to those positive things, and this is where Donald Trump for this year has to be very careful. I mean, I'm not saying cut it back or tone it down at all. But what I am saying the administration has to do, and the Trump campaign has to do, and Donald Trump himself, our POTUS, has to go out and run on his record. Because the record that he has since he has taken office is impeccable. And some of the polling that you're seeing out this week is impeccable. The polling numbers for Donald Trump, for people saying race relations are better now than when he took office in 2016, it's higher. For all the race baiting and for all the calling of Donald Trump a racist that the mainstream media, the Democrats, the liberals, the socialists are doing, the American people on the whole believe that we have better race relations in 2020, January, than we did when he took office in 2017. Excuse me. And that's amazing. That is a fact and a figure that is absolutely amazing. It's pretty constant now. You're seeing African American approval ratings for Donald Trump anywhere from 20 to 30%. And maybe this is why Democrats are just so absolutely crazy with the impeachment and everything else. I mean, they're literally throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him. You know, as this wound up today, as the Senate starts to look like they're just going to say, no more witnesses, we've seen enough of this garbage, we're going to turn it off, and that may be Wednesday. Don't get me started. We'll get to that point later. I'm not going to jump to that. The Democrats have already started their next mudslinging. It's that ugly lady in New York who's now saying, yes, Donald Trump raped me in a dressing room at Tiffany's or wherever in New York, right? And if you look at this lady, she ain't good looking now. And I can guarantee you, I haven't gone back to look at what she looked like when she was younger, but there's no way Donald Trump or any other man would risk raping that lady in a dressing room anywhere, let alone, I got to think, looking at that lady, I'd be like, I'm just saying no, lady. Even if you feed me a lot of booze, I'm probably going to tell you no, because you ain't good looking now, and I'm doubting that you were good looking earlier when you were younger. But I digress. But here's what's going on. The Democrats are so scared, and they're so worried about the Durham report, and they're so worried about all the garbage and corruption that's going to get uncovered if Trump keeps draining the swamp, that they're throwing everything at him. If they've already set it up. You've heard the pundits talking about it. They're already trying to say the acquittal means nothing. It was an unfair acquittal. The Republicans in Congress didn't ask for witnesses and tests. Screw you. You didn't ask for proper witnesses and evidence in the House. And so now you want to throw it on the Republicans? And Philbin hit that today. Really good. You can't blame the Republicans in the Senate for the garbage and the miscommunications and the lack of work that the Democrats did in the House. Well, let's be honest. John Bolton, right? You want the Senate to subpoena John Bolton. John Bolton saying, yeah, I'll come talk to you. Why wouldn't he want to talk? He's got a book coming out. Anything that he does at this point is going to help him sell book. He is going to be he'll never have to do a speaking engagement or do anything else ever again. And by the way, John Bolton in this last week was in Qatar. He might be in Qatar right now. Qatar, right? That country, the one that they talk about was funding Ilhan Omar to come over here and be a deep state operative to get into